Morning, another Monday has come around. In the last video I was in here on Sunday just checking the Defender fluids and meeting a customer to pick up some bits. This morning, level's still the same. Obviously the fluid has spread out on the floor, so what I'm going to do is just quickly put a wheel back on with one nut, roll it backwards, clear up around here where it's all spilt, and then we'll start looking at tightening things up and getting back together, and have a look at that bar as well. Saturday, I went and had a look at a couple of Defenders, two more project ones. There was a 110 and a 90. The 110 was pretty much done. It needed a bit of paint correction, an MOT and probably a service and whatever have you, and that probably would have been ready to go. The 90 that was there, I'll put a couple of pictures in. The 90 that was there needed a full going over. The bulkhead seemed all right, but the chassis was rotten. The cappings are rotten. It just needed to come apart and be redone. Unfortunately, he probably wanted all right money for them. If someone was buying them to build themselves or to keep themselves, it would have been all right. But for me to buy, to sort out, to sell on, it was just too expensive for me. We're in the thousands with 5 figures. So that tells you how much they were. Yeah, a bit too much for me. But anyway, we're back in here. We need to get this 90s sorted out, get the steering box checked. Fingers crossed if it's all good. We can finally get it on the road, get it back out of here, and then we can move on to getting that other Defender, wherever it is, all the way over there, somewhere. Why can't I see it? No. Oh, it is just there. It's hiding. Yeah. So we need to get that sorted. And yeah, I think we've got another disco coming over very soon, I think. That needs to be getting sorted out and put back on the road. So yeah, we need to get my one done so we can get out there and get it recovered. So right, let's stop waffling, let's get on. Right, so that's that arm cable tied to the Sumo one. You can see it's probably actually 2 inches difference, and that obviously makes quite a difference. So yeah, we might have to take this apart and put this end back in the original arm and use the original arm for now. Right, I'm going to contact Gwyn Lewis, who do Sumo bars, and see what the situation is. Right, we've started it up again and we've gone side to side, etc. So yeah, no leaks. So fingers crossed we're all good. I've just got to measure this bar. I've just spoken to Gwyn Lewis. Apparently that's not one of his bars, so it must be a cheaper alternative. So he's given me the measurements of what ones they do. So I'll measure this and we'll get one ordered. I think we'll have to put the original bar back on for now, just to make it usable. And then really, we'll get all this buttoned up, I think. Okay, I've just gone outside, back and forth a few times and back in, straightened the steering wheel up, tightened up the drag link, and put the covers back on the engine cover and the fan cover. So I think it's good to go. Yeah, we've got no puddles underneath, we've got nothing leaking out, so I think we can class that as a success. I've screwed in the protectors with silver screws. Now it said on the advert that they come with screws and I didn't get any. So I'm going to have to see whether they should have sent out black ones, in which case I'll get some ordered. But other than that, they're in. I can change them at a later date, so that's good. So we haven't got any leaks. The only thing is there is a little bit of a puddle there and there is a little bit of a puddle there. But I know the chassis rail was full of oil when it all come off. So as long as there's none end up over there on the bottom of the drop arm or anything, I think we're all right. I'll leave it tonight. It's been in and out. And we'll see if any collects on the floor in the morning. So, fingers crossed. Right, Tuesday morning. Let's have a look. Have we got any deposit? It appears not. The Defender's outside. We didn't have any leaks this morning, so I'm probably going to take it home tonight. Fingers crossed.
I've pulled this engine out to get the rad, intercooler and oil pipes off, but I didn't need to. Well, I kind of did need to, but I didn't in all the same. The reason being, of course, the oil cooler pipe's going to be exactly the same as the one that's on there because that engine was from a Discovery. So they're exactly the same pipes. So really, I have done a Google. We need to extend these to fit. So I need to get them taken away and have a bit of tube put on them. I'd imagine they're probably quite high pressure, so just cutting the pipe and putting a rubber bit on probably won't suffice. It'll need to be, because these are quite sufficient hoses, so I reckon we'll have that done. But it did enable me, I mean, this rad is knackered, so I'll have to look outside and see what I've got, but it does enable me to get that fitted, because the 200 rad is different outlets. As you can see, there's one down the bottom there, and there's one up the top corner. Oh, I'm looking at the rad myself, but not in the camera. So there's one at the bottom corner, one at the top corner. On the 300, they're both on the one side, there and there. So that main hose fits. I need to get an extended one of those, and we need to extend the boost pipes as well. This one, not by a great deal, but still needs to be extended. But yeah, it's just the oil pipes. So when fitting a 300 in a 200, or on an LT77, shall I say, where the engine comes right back, that's what needs to be done. Obviously, if it had an R380 fitted, we could have moved it, had it all forward and it would have fitted, but it's not got an R380, it's a 77. So that's what we got to do. Just ticking bits off. There is wires everywhere, obviously, because I picked out the Discovery loom. We don't need hardly any of those, but I've kept them just in case for when we're ready to. We've got various sensors and stuff, so we need to see where they go on the Defender loom that I've got, because obviously this has got no wiring with it. So we've got to try and use my old loom out of my Defender before I did the conversion. So we're getting there. We are getting there, bit by bit. This rad has definitely seen better days, but it's handy just to get it in there, just to see what I need to do. That didn't fit at all. So yeah, we're getting there. So we need to find a decent rad and get them pipes extended, and then we won't be far off getting it fired up. Got the Jag on the lift. I think the rear pads are getting a bit low, so we need to change those. Now, obviously, this has got an electronic parking brake, so to disengage that, so we can obviously take the caliper nut off, you've got to make sure the auto headlights are off. So just switch the whole lights off completely. Release the parking brake, hold down the parking brake button, and then turn the engine off, and that will leave the parking brake off, and we can spin the wheels. So next job, let's pop all these wheels off. Okay, so with the wheel off, you can see this pad's pretty much done. So got to pop this out with just a flathead screwdriver, and then behind these caps here are a 7mm Allen key. So basically, just got to undo both of those, pop this off, and the caliper should come away. Yep, I think they've definitely had it on this side. So we've got a little bit of a crusty edge, but it's not a lip, so I'm happy with that. I'll carry on with those discs. I've just got to wind this caliper back now. I'll get my rewind tool out. Right, they're in. I'll put the wheels back on in a second, but we need to calibrate the electronic parking brake. So let's get in and do that. Okay, apparently we have to pump the brake pedal 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the key to position 2. And it doesn't do what it says it's supposed to do. It says it's supposed to say something on the dashboard about the brake. So let me try that again, hang on. Well, I didn't get the key on the dashboard. Sorry, the message on the dashboard. It actually said cannot apply the parking brake. So I did it again, and now it's fine. There's no error message, and the pads have locked on. So hopefully that's fixed. Let's get the wheels back on. Okay, we're running. The foot brake is on. No, the hand brake is on, shall I say. Drive. Yeah, it's gone off. Hand brake's on. Off again. If I... Ooh. Yeah, we're not moving anywhere. Look, we're in reverse. And we're not moving anywhere. Hit the drive. If I let off, no, it will stay still until I let foot on the brake, off, and away we go. So yeah, we are sorted. Excellent. So I don't know what the whole should have been a message on there, but never mind. We didn't need it in the end. It's all good. It appears a bomb has gone off in the workshop. We've got stuff everywhere. I wasn't here yesterday because I had to hire a van and go and start clearing my nan's garage. Unfortunately, my granddad was a hoarder. So this is all stuff from inside the house and the garage and the sheds. And that's only one room and the garage and the sheds. We've still got many rooms to clear yet. So today I'm going to start going through this stuff, see if there's anything worth anything that I can sell for her. Anything that I want to keep, you know, just trinketry. And then, yeah, we'll get stuff advertised and listed and try and get a bit of order back in the shop. Oh dear God. So I found this in my grandma's shed. Do we think it's going to work? There it is. Where's the on button on these? Ah. No. Tragic. Let's try. Let's plug her in. Where do we plug it in? The bottom? Anything? Oh, nothing. What a shame. I thought these things last forever. So, as part of clearing my nan's house, I mean, I've got a lot of stuff palleted up so it's easy to move. We've got this ShopRider thing. Doesn't seem to do anything, so I'm going to take it apart and we'll see if we've got any power in the battery, whether we need to replace the battery or what. And we'll go from there. So first thing is to pull the pin, which I've done on the seat, and let's lift the seat out of the way. Right, so that's the lid off, and then we've got two 12-volt batteries. I've isolated, well, I've checked the voltage on both. This new one has over 12 volts, that one has 9. So I've isolated it from the circuit, and I'm just going to charge that one battery, and we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed, although I can't find the actual charge point yet, but it can't be far. Right, so this smart charger was getting a bit confused on that low battery. It kept switching off, so I think it might have been a bit too low for that one, for the smart charger. So I've put the smart charger on the good one, just to make sure, and yeah, it's 13.3. And we've put Ye Old Faithful on that one, and that's currently charging at 13 volts. So we'll see whether that comes back up, and then maybe we can switch over to the smart one in a little while. Let's just give it a sort of half hour of a bit of power from that, and we'll see how we are. So let's move on to some of the other stuff I've got to sort through. So a bit of a lunch break. That's still charging. I'll leave that for a little while. I've been playing with these mowers. The Qualcast Punch EP35 is a runner. That's all good. Can't get the Atco to work. I've taken apart the switch because that all feels a bit funny, but it's an electrician's job, so we'll get an electrician to look at that. This one, unfortunately, I had it stood up on its end in the van and it leaked oil everywhere. So we haven't got any fuel anyway, and obviously I need to put some oil in it to get it to run, so I haven't tried that one yet. So yeah, so time for a cup of tea, and then we've got a couple of jobs I want to do on the Defender. First job is to hoover this bloody mess out. It's all the bloody paint off the roof that's blown in, so I need to hoover all this out first. Right, that's one job done. Now the next job, I think that's got a dead battery. One dead battery, won't take charge. I found, where are we? There we go. A bag of black screws on the floor. So we know what that's for, don't we? That's for the seat box trims. So let's take our silver screws out and put these ones in. And the door check covers have turned up as well. So I'm putting that on both sides. So that's the black screws in this side. So let's now go over and do the other side. Right, yeah, I think the jury's in. The that battery, the right-hand battery, is kaplunked. It's not really gained anything today, and when you plug the charger in, it just flashes. So it's obviously not doing it whatever it needs to do. This one's absolutely fine. When you put the charger on there, it just charges and maintains it fine, but this one has definitely gone. So I'm gonna have to order one of those, I think, before we can go scooting off down the high street. So that's it for this week. Not a great deal to show you, unfortunately. Obviously, it's been taking up most of my time sorting me Nan stuff out, so there's not been much to show you. I don't know if I've got a whole week. If I have, I'll put it out anyway. And if I haven't, I'll save it for next week. But yeah, if this is it, thanks for watching. You probably won't want to like, subscribe and share to this, because I say mostly it's moving me Nan. But again, this channel isn't about chasing numbers or doing things that are going to create loads of people to go, wow. It is just what goes on in the workshop. And this is what happens in this workshop. So yeah, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.